In this video, I'm going to explain a way to find the hidden influence of Mary Trump in Donald Trump's chart. A way that is clever and revealing in pointing to his niece as a very real problem he is confronted with as he tries to get reelected. It is clear he doesn't want this kind of information out. Nothing like a PhD in psychology in your family embarrassing you with the truth about your dishonesty and incompetence. Though only infrequently used, a very revealing astrological technique involves the use of derivative houses. For example, the house that follows any other house is the second for that house, and therefore the money or profit from what that house points to. So, in the case of the fifth, we would have money from real estate. In the Western system, the 11th is often stressed as groups, associations, and friendships, yet perhaps even more importantly, it is the house of money from career, the 10th, and becomes in that sense the most important house of income. The 8th is something more people know about, but it isn't just a generic other people's money, it is literally the partner's money and the resources in any relationship. A different angle would be to consider the 8th from the 5th and interpret it as the secret 8th, love affairs 5th. Turns out that's exactly what it is. Now take a look at Trump's chart and go to his famous 3rd, the source of his messaging, which of course is purely 3rd, but also his money, since Jupiter and Neptune live there and they connect to his 5th, money from real estate, and 8th, borrowed money, which is another very important meaning of the 8th, and then most critically, inheritances, which applies to the $400 million he is said to have inherited from daddy. Now the thing is, the 3rd is also the house of siblings. Therefore, it is the house of his deceased brother Fred. Now if the 3rd is Fred, where are Fred's children? Count forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you arrive at Trump's 7th. Therefore, Trump's 7th is the house of Trump's nephews and nieces, and also therefore becomes Mary Trump's house. Now, no planet lives there, but we know it is ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and as soon as we know that, we begin to understand why this woman has been and will continue to be a problem for her uncle, our not-so-dear Donald. He is only too happy to punish everyone with his rebellious, contrarian, erratic, I do whatever the hell I like, go against the flow Uranus. But I doubt he enjoys the sight of his niece playing out the same energy by refusing to go along with his plan. In true Uranian style, she's gone rogue. She's going against the plan, come what may. And as for Saturn, the main ruler, not only does that go to Trump's 12th, and therefore dig into his secrets and his past, but it is generally a very uncomfortable house for anyone, particularly when there is criminality involved, and we know that there is. And notice that in the current transit situation, Uranus is in an 18-month semi-square, sesqui-square cycle to his sun and moon. Therefore, very irritating. And Saturn, well, Saturn you've heard me talk about a lot. It's in his face in a huge way, and it's about to get worse, much worse, from August to December as it moves into an opposition to itself and Venus, including a late September station that can only be assessed as extremely negative. All of this is of course going to relate to issues that are much bigger than his niece, like catastrophic pandemic mismanagement, the likelihood that more of his minions will defect as they notice he is headed for the toilet, and even the possibility of getting deathly ill himself. All of this can be found in the 6th 12th axis, to be sure. But don't count Mary out. She's also part of this, and she's going to aggravate the Orange Menace bigly.